let's open this bad boy up. So how do we get into this thing? Easy. Take off the handle. Put the screw to the side. Take the handle off. Small screwdriver. Pry up the button. Put the button to the side. Remove this screw. This plate. Lift. You can see that there's something going on in here. There's some weird fibrous material, which is never good. That's actually the grease is solidified. We're now going to touch the screw and this screw and see what we have. Doesn't want to come out as nice. Okay, it's actually loose. Lift those up. Dump that screw out. And that is what the inside of a carriage looks like. You can see all of this grease is actually in really, really good shape. This is that brass screw. You want to push it back down. Of course, it's being naughty. Okay, now that's up. All right, you want to take a look at this before you touch anything. Is everything that needs to move able to move? Looks pretty good. There's a little bit of dirt in here. We're just going to give it a quick cleaning with a small brush. You can also use a Q-tip. Okay. Looks like Grandma was awesome and that she actually kept this lubricated. Oh, common problem with these machines. With time, these two buttons stick in the middle. We're going to test that again. Yeah, that moves. Okay, we need to get these two buttons unstuck. I'm going to put, oh my lord, there is a bug in here. Hang on. I'm going to grab my forceps. Okay, so bugs have taken over this lovely carriage. Gross. Glad we looked. That explains the weird things that were coming out of it. Okay, now we're going to get that button unstuck as soon as we're finished cleaning here. Okay. And then we will re-grease with this stuff. So, to get a button unstuck, You need to figure out why it's stuck. I'm going to start with the easy way. Nope. It's not going the easy way. We're going to get some spray lube and we're going to give it a little bit of love. Sometimes you're lucky and your machine comes with lubrication. By all means, put some love on it. If you can't get any lubrication out of this container, which happens sometimes, then break out some lithium grease. Small screwdriver. Try and get in between the plates. Gonna wiggle it. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it and hold the other one. This can take quite a while to get this to go. If you have a painter's spatula, works very well to get these two separated. Takes a while to get all of that lubricant where it needs to be. General rule of thumb, if you need a screwdriver to access it, it needs grease. If you can access it with your eyes, then it needs oil. This is one of those leave it sit, come back, leave it sit, come back, and keep working on it until they loosen up. It's very scary when this happens sometimes. Okay, I got her loose. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of crud inside there. We're going to take a Q-tip and we're going to get it loose. Okay, I'm just going to remove some of the extra grease that I have on here. Now we have a fully functioning carriage. There are numerous places where you can see the yellow. This yellow here, that is old grease. So if you see old grease, top it up with some new grease. I'm going to grab another Q-tip. New grease. We're just going to keep greasing all of these parts that move. Need a little bit of love. If it moves, grease it. You can't hurt it by giving it some grease. You'd be amazed at what actually needs grease and what does not. As I'm greasing, it's also cleaning, so I'm getting rid of more of these little fluffies that are just in all these orifices. You can see my nice white Q-tip is no longer white. Looks pretty good. I'm going to grab a new Q-tip though. One more time. New grease into every orifice. If it looks like it moves, grease it. If you can't find this grease, then use lithium grease 3-in-1 from, 3-in-1 lithium grease. I'm going to test it again, make sure everything's happy. And give her just a little bit more here. Once the needles are all done, I will do a knitting sample and we'll see how she goes. Okay, I'm going to put this back together now. So how we get this back together? Well, we put our little white dials back. Make sure they're in the right spots. Make sure that we have the CR knob at its correct position. At CR, not KC1 or 2. Now we're going to put the dial back on. It was around 4. This takes a little bit of play. If it doesn't go right away, no problem. Put on the brass screws. So we'll just hold that down, flip it over, still holding it. Brass screw onto the handle. Into the cover. Other brass screw into the handle. Cover. Whoops, sorry. Okay, now nothing's going to move on you. Except for that part. Okay, you see another issue. First try, I actually got it on there. How do we know if that's working? You flip it over and you watch. If these are moving, then you got the tension dial in the right spot. No problem. Easier than it should have been. We'll put this back on tension 5. Take any crunchies out of it. Actually, we'll go tension 3. We're going to line up that little washer with the L. Take its little screwdriver, line it up, hold it down. This has a little tab right where the arrow needs to be. And we're golden. Now I'm going to put the handle back on and we're good to go. And we will take it down to the other machine and we will test it. Because we don't have needles in the other knitting machine yet. And it's done. What do we oil when we do our day-to-day knitting? If it moves, you oil it. So you can see it. Put some oil on it. We know that moves. We know that'll move. That'll move. That moves. These move. What else moves? Well, this one moves. Put some oil on that. This one moves. Put some oil on that. Oh, that moves. So I'm going to put some oil on that. Basically, if you can see it and it moves, oil it. Don't be afraid to make a mess. This doesn't touch your knitting. If it moves, give it love. If you want to use a spray oil for this, then LPS 1 is a great thing to use. I see a little piece of fluff. Use my forceps. Remove the fluff. Okay. This is good for testing now.